Congressman Porter, H.R. 3, I know you tried to shout it up to him. I'm not sure he heard it.
No, well, we hope the president will educate himself about what the House has already done with regard to bipartisan legislation to lower the price of prescription drugs. H.R. 3 did attract Republican votes on the House floor. It's a strong bill. It would really help immediately address the price of prescription drugs. It's one of my top priorities. And so for the president to say he'll immediately sign bipartisan legislation if we send it to him, I think we as House Democrats wanted to remind him that we, in fact, in the House have reached across the aisle and passed bipartisan prescription drug legislation. It's his job to call on Senator Mitch McConnell to vote on that legislation and then put it before the president for his signature.
I want to show a picture that Congressman Mark DeSaulnier tweeted. This is a picture of his guest that he brought to the State of the Union tonight, Isabel Bueso. Viewers of Rachel's program and my program will remember her as someone who was threatened by President Trump with being deported, even though she's in this country, to receive life-saving medical treatment. It took months of television coverage here and news coverage and pushing by members of Congress like yourself to change that Trump policy. But I know many of you brought guests to the State of the Union. Did you bring someone from your district in California?
My State of the Union guest was Dr. Heather Hutze, who is the chief psychologist at the Children's Hospital of Orange County. I am very committed to my bipartisan bill on mental health parity, making sure that private insurance companies are covering mental health in the same way as they do physical health. This is already part of federal law, but it's not being enforced the way it needs to be. And so families, as a result, are going out without mental health services. This is an issue for pediatric patients in particular, but it also, of course, affects veterans, families of veterans, just a wide range of Americans. Ultimately, it's a public health issue.
What else would you like to respond to the president about in this speech?
One of the things I really noticed was what wasn't in the president's speech. It certainly was a wide-ranging speech, and he felt free to reach out and grab on to sort of topic after topic. He had a very large number of guests. So what was notable to me was what he didn't talk about, which was corruption, which was tackling corruption, in his lingo, draining the swamp. Yet the House Democrats passed H.R. 1. It's our marquee bill. It's our top priority, dealing with corruption, and, the anti-corruption provisions, campaign finance reform, making sure every American, regardless of their party preference, has the ability to vote. And the president completely ignored that issue. And given that that was such a prominent part of his campaign, it really stood out to me that he wasn't showing any interest in advancing that bill.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.